Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Series Source, where we dive into the stories behind the headlines. Today, we're shining a light on a group of workers who are fighting for better working conditions and benefits in the film industry. These workers, many of whom are employed by France's famous film festivals, have been organizing for months, and their efforts come at a critical time: next week's Cannes Film Festival. The organization behind this call to action is Sous les écrans la Duché, Collectif des Précaires des Festivals de Cinéma, or Under the Screens, the Waste, the collective of precarious workers at film festivals. This collective represents 300 film festival workers from across France who are determined to change the way they're treated by their employers. Their main goal is simple yet crucial: to be included in France's unique unemployment insurance program for entertainment workers and technicians, known as intermittence de spectacle. However, due to quirks in the regulations, many workers at French film festivals have long been excluded from this scheme. Instead, they're hired and handed flat short-term contracts that barely cover their living expenses. The problem is that these workers often work on a seasonal basis, with periods of high demand followed by long periods of unemployment or underemployment. It's like working two jobs for the price of one, but without any real benefits to show for it. This creates a cycle of precariousness and insecurity that affects not just individuals, but also the entire industry. So, what have these workers done so far? In 2023, they organized a series of small demonstrations at last year's Cannes Film Festival, which drew attention from the film community and beyond. And in an effort to bring about change, they've been working with France's four major unions: CFDT, CGT, FO, and CFTC, as well as FICAM, which represents the management of France's film festival. Together, these parties drafted a pact that would finally include festival workers in the scheme. However, things took a turn for the worse when the list of job titles eligible for intermittent status was submitted to the UNEDIC, and the parties failed to reach an agreement. This means that festival workers' access to intermittent status is abruptly blocked, at least for now. This is where our story gets really interesting, because despite the setbacks, these workers aren't giving up. They're calling it a second action, urging all workers to stand with them in their fight for better working conditions and benefits. As we talk about this story on Series Source, we want to remind you that there are real people behind these headlines, workers who deserve dignity, respect, and fair compensation for their labor. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now from Series Source. Join us next time when we'll be exploring the intersection of stories, news, and ideas that shape our world.